Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 24 of my favorite albums to listen to in the summertime. We're doing it each and every day here this month in July as we celebrate the coming of summer and those soundtrack albums that fit perfectly with the warmer weather months. Maybe we like to listen to this stuff outside or driving around in the car, whatever it might be, but these are the albums that just kind of seem to fit more this time of year as opposed to the cold winter months and what have you. So today, for day 24, this is a live album from this British band released June 4th, 1980. Recorded on their tours of 1979 and 80 all around the world, mostly here in the US, but some stuff over in Europe as well. Produced by Ray Davies for Arista Records. I'm talking about One for the Road by the Kinks. Classic live album. There's, that's Ray. There's Dave. Yeah, I remember, it's funny because this was actually the first Kinks album I ever got. And it was after hearing this and loving this and falling in love with this that I started going back into their catalog and experiencing all that is the magic and music of the Kinks. So some of you from the UK might be saying, this is the first album you ever heard from the Kinks. The Kinks were not really much of a force here in the States, unfortunately. You knew most of their bigger earlier hits, but they weren't. Kinks didn't sell a ton of records here. They didn't tour here a ton, right? So for me, it was till I started hearing stuff like "Catch Me Now I'm Falling" and "Celluloid Heroes" and maybe a few other things. I Wish I Could Fly Like Superman. They started playing that stuff on the radio. It was mostly with the low budget album that really here in America that the Kinks started to kind of pick up steam. More of their arena rock sound as opposed to their kind of quirkier psychedelic pop and folk stuff that they did early in their career, right? But regardless, this is the album. This is the album that got me kind of hooked on the Kinks. Ray Davies on guitars, vocals, keyboards and harmonica, Dave Davies, lead guitar, backing vocals, Ian Gibbons, keyboards, backing vocals, Mick Avery on drums, and Jim Rodford on bass, with Nick Newell adding in some keyboards here and there on some dates and things. So what do we got on this particular album? All sorts of great stuff, right? What's great about this album is the blending of just kind of like their pop sensibilities with punk and hard rock and even like proto metal and stuff on here, right? The Hard Way, Catch Me Now I'm Falling, such a great song. I absolutely love that. Just so it's catchy, it's rocking, great, and some of my favorite versions of some of these songs are on this album. Where Have All the Good Times Gone, right? Big crunchy riffs from Dave. You got Lola's on here. Lola's fantastic. A lot of audience participation, right? Pressure, I got pressure. All Day and All the Night. Killer on here. Dave's crushing guitar tone on this album is just absolutely monstrous. Never to be heard like this before. It's just great stuff. 20th Century Man is on here. Misfits on here. Prince of the Punks. Stop Your Sobbing. Low Budget. Again, heavy on here. Attitude is fast and furious. Loads of fun. Wish I Could Fly Like Superman. Awesome on here. National Health. Till the End of the Day, Celluloid Heroes, a really great version of Celluloid Heroes, which is a great song. Anyway, You Really Got Me is Molten on this, Victoria, and then David Watts as we finish off the album, and that kind of like, power pop punk type thing that they did quite often throughout their career. So, yeah, great stuff. One of my favorite live albums from this time period. Made it to number 14 on the Billboard charts here in the States. And it did go gold. 500,000 copies sold. It also sold 35,000 copies in Belgium. No real listing of how it did in the rest of the world. Not sure how it did back home. The crazy thing is, as legendary as the Kinks are, and as influential as the Kinks have been, never a huge selling band around the world. Always did better back home than they did here. But even back home, this was not a chart-topping, million-selling band. Album after album, year after year, although they did great on the singles charts, especially back in the UK, really well, as having all sorts of great singles throughout their career that did very, very well. But never an enormous album band, but still highly influential as one of the leaders of the whole British invasion thing, right? But yeah, they caught on here way late. they became a big arena rock band here starting in the late 70s into the early mid 80s. That was their big time here in the States. So yeah, that's my pick today. One for the Road from the Kinks. Total killer rockin' album with loads of great songs throughout their career. Check it out if you haven't already. Let us know what you think of it down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. Day number 24. We'll see you tomorrow for 25. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. New review day here. Might have a couple for you today. It's going to be a little on the light side, but we'll pick up as we get to next week. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.